Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here of Impossible Mowers. Thought I'd show you guys a couple things today. We ran a nice new sap line through these trees, which I'll show you, and Chuck got some new chubby rubber. These are not stock. You're not going to get these at Tractor Supply, but these are ATV tires, and we found a pair that just so happened to fit my rim size here, which was actually pretty cool. So Chuck is actually 4 inches off the ground and higher than she was before. But the problem is the steering up front. This part of the steering gets a little out of control because since this is posi locked and there's so much traction. I mean, like, look at that. That's a lot of meat. The steering oversteers sometimes, and it can bend the steering gimbal, which is this little thing right here. Hopefully as the weather gets warmer, we'll be able to work on the steering. A nice good episode on that, and maybe figure out why this thing's puking out oil. But that's what's going on with Chuck right now. Also, we have gotten a new hitch thing here for the trailer hitch, so we can hillbilly attach it on there. One thing I would like to do this summer is maybe install a lift kit on the front end and add some more weight, because there's a lot of wheelies that get popped in the dry pavement, especially with anyone's weight on there, because once again these tires grab so well. So definitely maybe add some like weights or something on the front frame here so we can support the front end a little more, because the engine's heavy, but it's just not heavy enough to stop the wheelies, because the wheelies are nice when I want them to happen, but when I don't want them to happen, like up this trail right up here, I don't want to wheelie, so because that could flip over and that's not too fun. Been in those situations a couple times, but anyways, she runs clean, out of gas at the moment. Otherwise I would have shot a trail romp with you guys, because she definitely makes it through here pretty nice. But yeah, Chuck's doing great. Nice, good rubber. Cub Cadet, we're going to make another video on. She needs a choke rod replacement. Although I don't know if I'll replace the choke rod. I might hire someone else to do it, because it's really complicated. It's quite a lot. But I will show you guys right now the sap line I have, because since it's spring, get down this little knoll here. Since it's spring, I thought I would give it a shot. I got a lot of tree tappers. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 trees tapped, and I have 3 more to go. I would like to get 8 in today, which I would make a video on, but it does require a lot of hands. But I will show you guys this one right here. Here's one of them. The camera will show it. Where is it? Right here. Hold up. The camera's having a little bit of problem picking it up. There it is. Okay. So, what we have here is we have you can use anything. I just use a Gatorade bottle. A lot of people use buckets, but I have a Gatorade bottle strapped around the tree with bungee cords and rope. And I drilled a hole through the top of the cap to fit a rubber hose. And I run that rubber hose all the way up into the tree. And if the camera can focus, you can see there is sap in there. So sap is flowing in. And we have just about half a bottle in there, all iced up in there. And this is a maple. We have 2 sugar maples tapped. And I was hoping to have some of them just to drink for fun, and then some of them maybe make some maple syrup. It's a possibility, but I do have one on this tree, and then one over here. Walk it to you guys. On this is a sugar maple. Very sweet stuff. Once again, I will say, for those who are just gotten on the channel and you're seeing this, usually I post mower stuff, but you know, once in a while I'll post this kind of fun stuff. What's cool about this is the sap runs more to the sunny side of the tree than it does on the, like, you'll still get sap on the dark side, but you won't get, or on the side where, I feel like Star Wars, on the side where there's no sunlight, you might get a little bit, but where there's more sunlight, like right here, you're gonna get more sap, and that's because the heat of the sun, or the light of the sun, is traveling the sap up the tree, and then when the sun goes down and it gets cold, the sap goes down. And right as it's doing that up and down business, you catch it in your rubber hose and gets in your bucket, or in this case the Gatorade bottle. You can use tappers. I just used a rubber hose that fit just perfectly in there, nice and snug. You don't want to drill no more than 2 to 3 inches into the tree, otherwise termites are going to get in there and ruin it, and then you have a dead tree in the fall, which we don't want. But you can do it any way you want, but I learned that the easier way to tap these trees is to tap it with the drill. Have it going up a little bit, like at an angle, because it makes it so that that sap can flow easier down into that bucket or this Gatorade bottle. Yeah. There's no law saying that I mean, like, I could have tapped 2 bottles on this tree easy, but then again, I didn't have a lot on me, so I thought I'd just try all the trees, you know, just kind of see what we got going on. I wouldn't poke too many holes tapping trees, because what can happen is when you're tapping the trees, the hole that gets into the bark will create a kind of like a dry spot in the wood. So instead of having you getting sap running through there, all that sap that you ditch, like if you make a hole in the tree, let's say like right here, anywhere here, and then you decide that's not a good spot, I want it on the other side, that could be a little dangerous, because now all that sap is going out of that hole down the bark and just getting wasted, when that sap should be going into your bucket or the leaves. And what happens is termites get in there and they eat the wood in the summertime, and a couple months later you'll have a dead tree. And then, being that it's so close to the house, you don't want that to happen. You also have to make sure you know the trees that you're tapping. You definitely don't want to tap things like this. This is a pine right here. This is a maple right here. And then we have a sugar maple right there, and 2 other sugar maples down there, which I'll show you guys right now. But besides that, knowing how to tap it, you can use whatever you want. Like, you can use a bottle, you can use a Gatorade bottle, coffee pot, you can use anything you want. You just got to be creative about it and make sure that it's high enough so the animals don't get it, but low enough so that you can get the sap, because the sap travels better near the roots than it does high up in the branches. So you just want to, you know, be careful of that. But before I go over to the sap tree over here, we are going to be starting on my sister's rig here. This is the, as you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but last summer we spray painted this mower a nice blue, Ford blue, and it came out great. But the Briggs & Stratton engine was fighting me a little, and it still is. The timing on the cam's just not up to par, so I'm going to have to either slap a V-twin in there, like I said before, or just buy a new engine, because I noticed the V-twin did need a lot of TLC, and I just don't want to take too much time on an engine, and then when it's done, have it too late, you know what I mean? This summer only comes once a year, and I try to make the best out of it. So if it ends up I need a new engine, that V-twin, then so be it, I will. I know I did say that I was going to make a choice of either putting the Kohler single cylinder or the V-twin in here, but I looked at the V-twin a couple days ago, and it's just, once again, it needs a lot of TLC. But here's a little bit of what it looks like, that blue right there. I'll put a link in the description for the video we did on this, because we did last summer show you guys the spray painting job we did on it, and what needed to get done. There are some tire clips and some axle adjustments we have to do, but once again, it's a lawnmower, so it's not going to take too hard, hopefully. Now that I have better tools that I got for Christmas, hopefully we can get this guy back on the road for my sister. Yeah, so that's what's going on with this thing. I thought I just got to let you guys know. So we will be making a video on this, but not now. Most likely in June or July when the weather gets hotter and the snow is not on the ground, because a big drag is getting these projects up the hill. Is the snow. The snow is just not, it's not great. But to fix that, we're hoping to get a Farmall Cub. I'm hoping to buy a Farmall Cub, and Sharon, guy wants it for $500. It just doesn't have a carburetor on it, and we have plenty of those, so I might swing the deal on it. But if we do get a Farmall Cub, it would be pretty nice to have it run through these trails all the way down here and picking up our projects and bringing them up, you know, that kind of thing. But enough talk. So this is a sugar maple. You can tell it is because the bark is kind of white, like it's kind of like dry skin. It's really opened up and it's crackled, and there's a lot of bark showing. I like the big thick sugar maples because they seem to have a lot of sap in them. Let me see what we got here. I have a coffee thing here, just as long as you you know, you don't get coffee grounds in it. You'll be pretty good. So yeah, let's see, one of the problems I was telling you guys about was yesterday. You can see that the sun is more toward this side of the bark than it is on this side. And yesterday afternoon, there was a lot of sunlight right here, and there was sap going through, and I thought, oh great. But now that I'm looking at it, most of the sunlight's on this side of the bark, so that was my mistake. I put it on the dark side of the bark, kind of light, kind of not light, and that's why you don't see any sap going through, because the sunlight, the sap's not going to travel easier because there's no warmth or sunlight to move that sap up and down from the roots up to the trees. So that's a difficult part, and the only time I can get sap, what makes this hard is if you look at here through the trees, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So that means that when it comes to this west side here of the mountain, right as it comes down through here is when it hits this part of the bark, and you only get an hour, maybe maybe two tops of sunlight, and that's just so much sap. There's not, you know, you can only have so much sap in just 2 hours. So this one, although we will get sap out of it, it will take a while for it to fill up. Once again, my mistake. That was a rookie mistake. I did put it on the dark side of the bark, not the light side. So when you do go to tap, as long as you have the knowledge of doing it, you'll be fine. Once again, I am a little bit of a rookie at this. This is my first year doing it. And I think I didn't do too bad, but besides this, I mean, there's not much I can do. I don't want to keep poking holes till it's perfect, because once again, every hole you poke is an entry for termites to get in that wood, and then I don't want a dead tree, because then that makes it harder for me to tap trees the next year. So if you're going to tap trees, once again, make sure it's on the lightest side of the tree that gets most sunlight, because that's where the sap flows more frequent. So that's one of the reasons why you don't tap it on the dark side. But this sugar maple up here, you can see how it looks like a maple through here. When you go up, all that bark is descaled. And in this fall, you could tell you have a sugar maple when your leaves are like a dark orange, maybe like a lightish orange. But those orange leaves are the sugar maples and maple leaves for trees. So like for this tree that I want to tap, I would make a video on it, but I do need to order some more hoses because the rubber hoses I have, I ran out. That might be a new video in the future, maybe. If I was to tap this tree, I would want it tapped on this side of the bark, because the light is rising up in the east right there, and it comes and hits this side of the bark. I don't want to put it over here because when the sun sets in the west, it'll only get the sunlight when it's in the west side of the sun, so you're not going to get much sap. As you get 3 to 4, maybe even 5 hours of sunlight right here, that's 3 to 5 hours of sunlight, of sap going through that tree. So you'll have better luck tapping the sap on the sunny side than the dark side. But yeah, that's pretty much my setup here. Hopefully, I'm thinking about it still, but hopefully, when we get all the mowers arranged, I might sell the Kubota and buy a nice LT1000 Craftsman, fix that baby up, and sell it. There's a guy I know down the road. He's a couple miles away from our house, but he's sort of down the road. Who owns a nice LT1000, and he doesn't want it anymore, and he just wants to get rid of it. And he was selling it for $700, which I think was a little outrageous because it didn't run, drive, or cut grass. So I talked him down to like $250, and he was reasonable with that. So if everything goes well, we might have an LT1000 around the neighborhood. But before we go back to the top of the hill here where Chuck is, I do want to let you guys know the golf cart will be in motion very soon. It's like 40 degrees out here, so it's actually quite nice. Once again, the plate was welded. If the camera can show it. Good heavens. Alright. We had the plate welded because it broke the weld before, but it's strong now. So we're going to slap the Predator 220 in there and refit the chain and let her rip, you know. Hopefully, if everything goes well. And that's pretty much what we're going to do with that golf cart. We have a second one. I can't zoom in. But we do have a second one right there next to the Kubota, with the red back on it. And that one we're hoping to swap the engine out with a I don't know, actually. I think we're gonna swap it out with a 440. Not engine, good, like a 440, what are they called? Well, it's like a 440 Predator motor. So that's the hope for that. Just making sure I didn't forget anything. Got the farm all running pretty good. Once again, I would love to post you guys romp videos, but not only am I out of gas, but the snow makes it very difficult to work with. But I mean, the romping part isn't the problem. Mainly, it's Chuck's steering, which we will be doing a video on very soon. Most likely a couple of days after this video. Maybe tomorrow, actually, because I have no school. Do the steering on Chuck and get a nice romp in. You know, you guys haven't seen us do a off-road trail romp in a while. And not only are we busy, but we are trying to make it so that all the mowers are running because Buck's mower, Krusty, is having a lot of belt issues, and Trapper's mower is having some, the Cub Cadet is having some drive shaft issues. So yeah, that's what's going on here, guys. Hate to keep talking to you guys like this because I like to get things done, then I keep jibber jabbering, but sorry about that, guys. My camera died right as I was about to talk about the Craftsman, but yeah, all I was gonna say was that hopefully we can lay it down in the summer, just kind of finish up the projects, get them done, and just kind of get some nice romping in because we haven't done it in a while, you know. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more of that maple tree stuff, please comment. Let me know. I'll be happy, more than happy to answer questions and make another video about it. Um, and yeah, I hope you guys like the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about this YouTube channel. Hopefully, if we can get up to 50 subscribers this summer, I know that's a big jump, but hopefully, if we get there, I might do something special for you guys. Maybe you guys can recommend something on the comments that I can do for you guys. I'm limited, but I mean, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, hopefully we can get up to 50 subscribers. And once again, tell your friends about this YouTube channel so we can grow. Hope you guys are staying safe out there, and I'll catch you guys next time.